These are 10 of the worst landing fails from my series Weekly Dose of Aviation. In this video we've got engine failures, brake failures, crashes and more. And this first one is bad. This DHL Boeing 757 broke in half after sliding off the runway during an emergency landing in Costa Rica.
Uy, señor.
The plane was forced to make the landing after its hydraulic system failed, but luckily no one was injured. This Boeing 777 was just about to touch down, but then it started gaining altitude again. In order to land before it was too late, the pilot slammed it into the ground. This Airbus A330 landing too fast due to a flaps issue, forcing it to land without flaps. This T6 Texan had just landed when the pilot lost control. The pilot couldn't steer with the tailwheel because of a broken spring, which resulted in the incident. This Boeing 737 was landing in strong winds when the plane became unstable, almost causing a wing strike. This F-15 had a hydraulic failure, causing the brakes to stop working, and the pilot had to land without them. To stop the jet, the pilot had to use the arrestor hook and a capture cable on the runway.
Runway operations suspended due to cable engagement. Expect runway operations to resume in 45 miles. Go. The EP and all of its wisdom decided to go ahead and take the cable while we got a bunch of jets airborne. We're not going to be able to hold much longer.
This Cessna 180 suffered a ground loop while landing at an air show. This Embraer 190 had to make an emergency landing without its nose gear. The pilot kept the nose up for as long as possible before coming to a stop, and this happened in the Bahamas. This Airbus A330 had an engine failure 1 hour after leaving the airport, forcing it to dump fuel and return for an emergency landing. Only one engine was used for reverse thrust, but luckily the plane came to a stop. This Boeing 747 landed very hard in Amsterdam. Now up next are some honorable mentions, which are not quite as bad. This Airbus A350 was trying to land at an airport in Chicago, but had to abort due to wind shear, resulting in a touch and go. And last but not least, this Airbus A321 landing in a storm, touching down with his nose wheel first. And those are just some of the landing fails from the series. You can go watch more on my channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.